show now, press 1. To hear important instructions, press 2.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Hello?
Did I do that?
See, I don't know. I don't know if I'm in the green room right now or if I'm the only one on here. We're live. Perplexing. Because it says live, but I mean that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean we're actually live. It could mean, well, it probably means we're live. Well, hello there. Welcome. Another jam-packed episode. Russell Wilson, he's now over with the Denver Broncos, and this is game changing because it puts another team in contention for the Super Bowl. I think they're the real deal now. I think they got some great options. It's sad Noah Fant went down to Seattle, but Sutton and Jude, both those guys are going to be popping now that they have a real quarterback throwing to them. And fantastic defense. Really's got to get you excited about football. I mean, that's what today is about. It's back. Things are happening. Movers are shakers, and shakers are movers. And the game is afoot as we enter a new season of the NFL. The Green Bay Packers has gotten Aaron Rodgers back. No, there's nothing in the private chat here, so I have no idea if I'm talking to myself or if Clark's coming. Clark got a new job this week at some unpronounceable podcast place. What's up, Wilson? Good to see you. So maybe he's left me alone. I would have figured the guy gets a job as a producer, the skill level would come up with it. But apparently that might not be the case here. So, congratulations to Clark. He's on assignment tonight. So, I don't know what's going on. Is this a bit? Is this is something going wrong? Because right now the guy's just got me talking to myself, which is fine. I mean, I can do it. I can handle it. But for God's sakes, I mean, what is happening here? Sean, what's happening, my man? Good to see you. Well, anyways, yeah. So Aaron Rodgers re-signs with the Green Bay Packers, who also they put the franchise tag on Devontae Adams, which means the Packers are back and they're ready to do Packer things and go for another Super Bowl. Do you want to take a phone call? Sure, I'll take a phone call. I don't understand what's going on. Am I being punked? Is this some kind of because he's got his stupid. It's just a black picture. I don't know what's going on. He's communicating to me in a private chat here, but he's not telling me why. Hello,
I'm here.
What's up?
Yeah, it's your Jersey guy.
What?
It's your Jersey guy that calls in. Remember?
Oh, Lou. What's up, Lou? How are you?
Yes. All right. Look, I'll say one thing. I was not surprised that Rodgers is going back to the past.
Right. Well, we got a quick hit with Lou, and then Lou's gone. Well, anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised that he was signing. I think it was all just a publicity stunt that saying he was going to go either one direction or another. I'm not buying it. Not buying it at all. And I was right.
Now, Lou, do you have a favorite One Direction song? I would think it's What Makes You Beautiful.
No, I can't stand One Direction. Okay, it was a bad example. You get the idea. I hate One Direction.
Really? I think they're very talented kids. Yeah, I mean, I thought Aaron Rodgers had a realistic chance of going to the Denver Broncos, but the Broncos end up going to getting Russell Wilson, which I think is a better deal for them. I mean, I think he really adds a lot of value to that team. His legs. I mean, there's still going to be a team that's going to want to run first, and with Williams kind of really kicking into gear last year, they got a run game. They have a deep threat with Sutton. Jerry Jeudy across the field could take that locket roll. I mean, I'm really high on Denver right now, and best ball season's coming up, so I'm definitely going to be trying to draft a little bit of the Denver Broncos for some, maybe win the $500,000, Lou.
The quarterback. Broncos are in need of a quarterback, and I think maybe they found it in Wilson.
Yeah, I think they definitely found it in Wilson.
Back on track where they were before.
Lou, you're a much better co-host than Clark. I've come to realize this in just a matter of minutes. We've been doing this.
Well, I am the co-host of 3 other shows besides my own show.
Well, that's a lot of shows, Lou. I mean, you might need to prioritize and really put your all in one. That's always been my my way of doing things.
Let's put it this way. I think I'm the Casey Kasem of podcasting. Oh, boy.
I think that's pretty accurate. Pretty accurate. Do you do dead dog requests? Do you ever have like a sad news today? Calvin Ridley will no longer be playing football next season, but here's an upbeat song, What Makes You Beautiful by One Direction.
And that's your long distance dedication of the week. Oh.
Hey now.
Yeah. I don't know if really deserves a year, just being suspended, but I mean he did bet, and that's that's a no, but I think really you're not that too harsh. I think maybe like half a season I think is punishment enough.
You can never mess with the integrity of the game. I mean that's the bottom line. When you get right down to it, it questions everything. Once you start questioning whether players are gambling on their product and profiting. I mean, these guys are paid so well. And I understand the excitement of gambling. I mean, I do it. I'm a gambler. But I also understand, you can't mess with the integrity of the game. I got suspended for a month on DraftKings for questionable integrity of the game issues. So look, I've been there. I understand what this man Calvin Ridley is going through. I have been put through the test, put through the fire. It's painful. It hurts, especially when it's my best week of gambling, week 13.
It's nothing new either. Players betting. I mean, this goes back to the 50s, actually.
Oh yeah, the sock hops and gambling on teams. I remember those days. Sure.
Yeah. A few players got banned for a year though back then, and they were a lot more severe back then than they are now.
Right. No, they made them walk. They had to walk to the games up a 2-mile hill, and if you got suspended, you weren't allowed to take the bus. So, Lou, are you as excited as I am that baseball is still on strike?
Well, remember, it's not a strike; it's a lockout. It was a strike. It was the players' fault. This time, it's the owners being a bunch of idiots.
Oh, right. Yeah, good point. That's why you're a much better co-host than Clark. I mean, you really you give me the details. You correct me when I make these mistakes.
Then again, they're both sides of being idiots because neither side is willing to budge. I mean, the only thing you did was you say you're going to help the ballparks with the with the people working the stands, but there's been no word on movement of resolving this issue. And if they don't get this by tonight, you can kiss the second week of the season goodbye and forget about making games up at all because they won't do it. So
Good.
Either that.
Good. I'm with them. No, they don't make any of those games up. And for God's sakes, go back to the smaller bases. You know what I mean? How big do these bases got to get?
Yeah.
Al, what
Who's
is
this? Who is
hey,
this?
Hey, this is Clark. I'm here.
We were having a good time.
Hey, Clark.
Hey, Lou. The show goes
Well, what happened
on
while I
now.
was at the beer stand was
The show goes on, at least for now.
Really? Just for now?
I have no idea what the future holds. I believe it goes on. Lou, it's great to hear your voice. Thank you for calling in tonight.
Yeah, I had some time, so I thought I'd give it a shot. But I mean, baseball is really killing itself right now. Though you had this deal, you had a deal last week, but you rejected it, and now you're back to square one. You had small meetings with the big shots, and then went to the players yesterday, and nothing came out of it.
No.
I mean, you've only been talking seriously for the last 2 weeks. So what do you really expect?
Where is baseball? Where are they meeting right now?
You broke up.
I believe they're back up in New York, Al. I think they're back in New York meeting.
And do we know what hey Siri, what's the temperature in New York right now?
In New York,
Right now,
it's
about
45 degrees.
45 degrees. Nothing's going to get done.
No.
They need to go to a cold weather climate. Well, we have a cold spell this week. Maybe things will get done.
You do realize that they could
How about
have
going to Antarctica?
They could have, like inside places you have temperature controls. They have AC and heating units. They can.
It's about the struggle of going to places, Clark. It's getting out of bed. It's getting dressed. It's putting on your Burberry cologne and head into the workplace. That's the struggle.
My coffee, miss. It's like yesterday morning when I woke up and there was snow on the ground. After Saturday, we were touching 70 degrees. I knew it was going to snow yesterday, but it wasn't until the moment that I had to put on some damn boots to walk out of my house that it really
ridiculous.
Pain in the ass. Pain in the ass.
Yeah, horrible.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it is 6:45. Al Archer's alarm has gone off, so it is 6:45.
Oops, you were Central. I forgot.
Clark, what do you think is more severe, Calvin Ridley's year-long suspension or my month-long suspension from DraftKings?
Because I think your month-long is way more severe because if you want to talk about the integrity of the game as you did. I mean, if you want to, Pete Rose still not in the Hall of Fame for gambling.
No,
same offense. Gambled on his team, right? Didn't gamble against his team. It wasn't about the integrity,
right?
And he wasn't even playing, right? Now, here's the thing. I do think that a suspension, if you are gambling on the game, like everybody knows, you can't do that as a player. Like it's just not allowed. I think a full season is definitely. It is definitely at least the It could be more. It could be more. A year is appropriate. And they said at least a year, if I recall.
At least a year is the language that was used. And, it's really sad because, I mentioned it like 2 weeks ago. I think he was the most interesting fantasy football prospect going into this season.
I thought
his average draft position was a big question mark. I really wanted to watch. Now it's Juday and Sutton over with the Denver Broncos. I think they're the most interesting wide receiver drafting right now. Now that Ridley's out of the picture, and I guess it does good things for maybe the tight end. They could really focus on that tight end. The guy who cost me lots of money over the course of the fantasy season. Can't even remember his name right now.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. All right. Well, Lou, I appreciate you joining me. You still doing that show at about what, 4 o'clock our time?
3 shows, Clark. 3 shows.
Holy cow!
He's like Elvis in Vegas.
4 o'clock.
I'll do it 4 o'clock your time, 5 o'clock mine every Saturday. Call the Enhanced Sports Show. Number to call is 512-543-4662. Once again, 512-543-4662. You know we're going to be discussing more of this melee with the MLB lockout going on. All the big news with the NFL trade that's going on today, we're definitely going to discuss that. conference tournaments in college basketball this week. So for you college basketball crazies like me, you might want to tune into that. So it's gonna be a great show. So
Yeah.
that's that time between 5 and 7 my time, 4 is 6 in the Central Time Zone. Give the show a call. You got nothing to lose except self-respect, dignity, nerve, pride, sanity, all the unimportant stuff.
Woo!
Hey-o!
There's our guy, Lou. Thanks you so much for the call tonight. Have a good one, Jersey Lou. Guys, listen to his call if you'd like. That was Lou. I think I accidentally cut him off early. Sorry about that. Lou.
Hey, everybody, we're all going to get laid.
Good, great hearing from Lou. You know, I mean, I think he was doing good as a co-host there, Clark.
Yeah,
I don't know where you just vanished. I don't know if you were doing a bit or something. Maybe a heads up in the future, you know, so I can prepare and know that I'm even on the air to talk to the people. That would have been nice.
Al, we've done comedy together for a long time, so I just expected that you know, my daughter forgot to shut the door, and now you're probably hearing some TV show that she's watching on the old YouTube.
You know, I figured you now that you're a professional producer, you know, the quality would be improving and not decreasing. So I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on.
No, it's not. It's not. Yeah, that was good to have Lou on. Yeah, as far as I know, this show goes on right now. Everything that I know about it, like we continue our thing. It's its own entity. Here's the thing: a lot of these other shows by CHGO, right? They picked up these.
Is that what it's called? It's a very difficult name.
Yeah,
maybe you should go in the meeting on, you know, when you guys have your little meetings, you should really get together and go, you know, I don't know how to pronounce this.
Right. See, here's the thing. It's something that has worked quite a bit already. Like it worked in Denver with their DNVR. It worked in Phoenix with PHNX. Here in Chicago, it's like the call letters. It's CHGO Sports. And they've got a lot of people. The thing about the podcasters that they grabbed them for each of the teams, right? And we're like the sports addict. We're all over the place. So they grabbed they got some folks that already had 14,000 followers. You know, we average about 7 listeners a night. So we didn't get the call for that. But I did. I got the call to do some producing. So I'm doing some part-time 1 night a week producing over there. Maybe 2 nights a week filling in here and there when they need it. When it's busy at the Segway place, I won't be there as much. And then in the dead of winter, I'll be there a little bit more.
That's right. 7 of the best listeners, Clark. I feel like you're damning the listeners. You're damning me. You know, these are you're working with gold here, and you got the platinum of listeners, and you know you're over there with your CGI, and
I don't want anybody to think that I don't think that what we've built here is fantastic. I am proud of our show. I was just stating the facts. Like that's why we didn't get the call. We just didn't have the followers. You know, we don't have the equity, if you will. But
yeah, well, look at you. You're a media mogul now. You should be proud of yourself.
There are some things that we could do. I'm excited for prospects. I'm excited for doors opening. I'm excited for networking and things like that.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Maybe throw together a daily fantasy show. I don't know. We'll see. Hell, they got their Bears show and they grabbed a couple of the big dogs for that. So, you know, Olin Kreutz is over there, Adam Hogue.
Yeah, well, so this show is continuing.
This show is continuing.
All right. Dave Wannstedt, you're going to have to leave. Just go. Just go down. Just let yourself out. Don't let the cat out, though.
What? Wannstedt?
All right. I'll talk to you.
Boat.
Well, I'm just kidding. It was Dick Duran. I'm just kidding, Dick. Yeah. So
would you have Dick Duran as your co-host?
Yeah, Dick Duran would have been the co-host. We were going to focus on Canadian sports and Canadian football in general.
Wait, was Dick Duran up there or
no? That was Tressman, but Dick Duran, you know, he was a cornerback for the Detroit Lions, and you know, he's a lovely man and a hell of a personality. Like it would have been an upgraded personality on the program. So. And he did. I was really hoping
he did coach in Buffalo for a while.
He did.
Damn close to Canada, so same difference.
Dick, you can take a manwich on the way. That's fine. That's for everybody.
Did Buffalo once have a CFL team, or no? I know Baltimore did. Like they moved into the U.S. for a second, right?
Yeah. Ooh,
The CFL.
they moved to the U.S. I don't think they'd be the CFL.
I think they had some CFL teams. I think that
Maybe in Ohio.
Baltimore, I think they tried to name them the Baltimore Colts, and then the NFL was like, nope, can't do that. The first American team joined in 1993, the Sacramento Gold Miners.
And no one's seen them since.
And then later on in 95, the Baltimore Stallions became the only American-based team to win the Grey Cup championship. 95.
Wow.
That's wild. You don't remember any US teams?
My attention to Canadian football is up there with ladies rugby.
Well, how interested are you in how many American teams there have been in?
I would say in the league right now, or
How many are in the CFL right now?
how many American teams are in the CFL right now?
Yes.
Well, are the Trucks?
Don't look at the chat.
I'm not you. I don't have to be right. I would guess 4. How many teams are there total? Are there 12 teams?
I don't know.
Well, that's a big question. It's important. I mean, it's a relevant question.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna.
I mean, this is a well-prepared question.
No,
I would guess, are there 12 teams?
There are currently, hang on just a second. 9 teams.
9. Okay, yeah, 2.
I don't believe there's any right now. Let me look. So here's the history of American CFL teams. The Sacramento Gold Miners played at Hornet Stadium. They played from 93 to 94. All these teams were from 93 to 95, and then the experiment was over. The Las Vegas Posse, the Baltimore Stallions, aka the Baltimore CFLers, the Shreveport Pirates from
Love the Shreveport. Oh yeah,
they didn't.
Little Hank Williams Jr. country.
The San Antonio Texans.
Mm-hmm.
They had relocated from Sacramento. The Birmingham Barracudas.
Love them.
And the Memphis Mad Dogs.
I want all these hats. I just want, my background is just going to be a hat rack with these hats on it.
So the field sizes had to be changed up a little bit. Only Baltimore and San Antonio could do a CFL regulation. Birmingham had 15-yard end zones, and the Memphis Mad Dogs had to have pentagon end zones from 5 to 12 yards. I wonder why this never worked out.
Mero.
I wonder why this never worked out.
Yeah, it seems like they have some game integrity issues.
We got some more rules here. A 1-yard neutral zone.
Okay. That's a big
Dino
space.
down in Mount Greenwood. You know where Dino's at?
Mount Greenwood.
That's right. They have 15 to 20-yard end zones. Yeah, I think it's like
in Mount Greenwood.
No, yeah, just only in Mount Greenwood, Al. Yeah, down there at the stadium, the Mount Greenwood Stadium. That's where it is. That's wild, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know why'd I get on that. Do you remember?
Yeah, because they have the metric system, Clark.
Yeah. No, I was talking about. Oh, you brought up Dick Duran, who never coached in the CFL.
No. I wonder what Dick Duran's doing these days.
Do you know any of these head coaches' names? The Memphis
of what?
Pepper Rodgers.
Oh, Pep Raj, yeah.
Yeah. What about Jack Pardee?
Oh, great, hair for the party. Great country singer.
Yeah. No, he was a famous he coached in the NFL and stuff. Pardee. JJ Albrecht, Tom Bass.
Oh yeah, Bass.
Jim Pop. Hang on. Oh,
Papa Bear Jim.
Stevenson, Forrest Gregg, Don Matthews, Ron Meyer, Kay Stevenson. Nothing. All right.
Okay, Stevenson. Yeah, I remember him. I think he's running the Coral buffet now. Yeah. Oh, Pep Hamilton. I remember Pep. What is the secrets on the show now?
That's so cool. Hey, can you shut that door?
Shut that door. Make sure that door. Hey, Hazel, make sure you shut the door.
The update from Hazel is that Mary Poppins is on the TV. See, Vera's going to be home from dance here soon. Next
I
week,
hate it.
Hazel's joining the class. So
I hated that Mary Poppins.
who was a Bears head coach? Which one? Dino thinks that Jack Pardee, maybe he was.
He's here for the party. Why? How come the one daughter does the dance and then the other one did, and now the other one's joining?
Man, don't get me started on it. Like one was in it back in the day. One, it's all
Back in the day, they're like 4.
right. Like a year ago, Hazel tried to do it. After 2 classes, she's like, I'm out. Like she got free.
Nice.
So now Vera's in it. But last week, Hazel went and she sat on the side and basically got a dance class for free. Then today, Hazel decided she wanted to go and be in the class, but we're going to wait until next week.
Okay.
So they're all in class. I don't want to quit her around, right? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well. So what do you think of Aaron Rodgers? You know, he's staying with the Green Bay Packers.
I think he
Lou
signed
is very excited. Lou said everyone should have known this. I mean, this was a given. Do you agree? Do you think this is?
I don't know if it was a given or not. Was he just playing up the? Was he just playing up the other things? Just hang on, just a second. Hang on, Al. I'll be right with you. I'm sorry.
This is riveting.
Can you give me a second here, brother?
All right. Well, you know, I went over to Clark's house on Sunday for wrestling, and there were absolutely 0 devil eggs. The internet feed, and by the way, his internet connection is Biden Harris 2020, and so this goes out. You know, it fails naturally, and it falls apart right as the CM Punk match is starting. So, like the best match of the night, it goes out. So, my decision not to watch the Super Bowl there turned out to be 100% correct.
Hey,
so,
that's ridiculous.
Oh, you're back now.
Yeah, I'm back now. That's a bit.
Hold on, I got an emergency. Hold on.
Hey, Hazel, could you shut that door? Oh my gosh.
Hey, Regal, can you shut the window?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. No deviled eggs. You mentioned you were going to try to stop and get some. We couldn't find.
I never said that.
We couldn't find any.
You couldn't find deviled eggs.
Let's see. I ordered pizza.
You did. The pizza was good.
Pie.
The blueberry pie was decent.
Yeah. And I ordered the show. And I told you that Bleacher Report. I'd heard that there might have been some issues with it, and it all worked out just fine.
Where did you get the pizza from? The pizza was pretty good. Your wife was right. The toppings were too large.
Nah, whatever. Too large. What do you mean by too large?
They were cut too big. Like the onions, they like put a whole onion on the pizza.
I think they were just the right size. I really do. I think I don't. If they would have been any bigger, like any smaller, like I wouldn't even have noticed they were there. I did Paretta's down over there on Central. They've been there for 50 years, man.
Yeah, well, maybe in the 50-year history, somebody could have told them they should chop their ingredients up a little finer.
There's my sister. She says you make deviled eggs. You don't find them. No, you go to the store and they got them already made ready for you.
Your sister understands.
How many times have you made deviled eggs, Al?
Never.
That's
I eat them. I don't make them. I show up and I eat them.
You can find them. You could certainly find them. The deviled eggs did not happen, but it was a fine spread. Patrick brought some fancy salad that I enjoyed.
Yeah, it was good salad.
A very creamy, very, very hearty salad for watching.
Yeah, it was like a taco salad, you know, and it had like tortilla in it, and it was good.
Damn fine Japanese whiskey. Do you remember what that was?
That was Hibiki Harmony.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
That's some good stuff, man.
A whole lot. If you want to mention the Aaron Rodgers thing, like it seemed like Denver wanted him, right? It seemed like they were after him pretty hard.
Well, Denver clearly wanted a quarterback. Denver clearly thinks they are one player away from winning a Super Bowl.
Right. So they ended up giving up 2 first-round picks and quite a bit more, if I recall.
Yeah, I mean they gave up Drew Lock.
Yeah,
number 3 is headed into Seattle.
I forgot you're the big Broncos fan. How could I forget?
That's right, man. I like weed and being a mile high.
What does it mean for the NFC North that he's still here? So The Vikings are no longer the favorite. They would have been if he did. Well, I mean, they never were. He would have been if they were gone. If he was gone, I would gather.
I don't know. I mean, probably.
I mean, I'm sick of playing the guy twice a year. I really am. Like I don't
love it.
want to do it. What's that?
I like the challenge. I mean, I think this is a point where there's a definite team ahead of us, a team that's been dominant for a long time. We have a goal, and it's to defeat them. It's back to the Lovie Smith. Only add on. It's just not about winning those 2 games a year. It's about the entire season as a whole. But I like the fact that we're going up against this monster, this Aaron Rodgers, and let's see if this team can get better. Let's see if this general manager, if this head coach can make things happen. And the opportunity is now there. I mean, right now the Bears, a very sad day if you were hoping for wide receivers coming to the Chicago Bears, because the top 3 wide receivers are now gone. And Pro Football Focus's list of available wide receiver free agents, the number 1 guy right now is now Allen Robinson. So, but I still like I like the number 6 guy who is Michael Gallup also of the Cowboys. Amari Cooper is still a big question mark. I don't know what the cost is going to be at Cooper. Gallup might be the sneaky play under, and I think DJ Shark is a realistic option. So there's still pivots. There's still places to go. As a matter of fact, I didn't think the Bears were realistic as a landing spot for any of the top 3 wide receivers, but it's going to be interesting this offseason. They're saying they're playing very coy. The new Ryan in charge is playing it very coy and saying we're going to be kind of conservative. We're only going to do what makes sense, which seems like a pretty generic answer. But we'll see what the Bears do in free agency. It's going to be an interesting play.
Yeah,
Dallas is going to keep Gallup and get rid of Cooper, I thought.
I'm interested to see too. Like what are they going to do in the draft? How is free agency going to go? Did we throw a franchise on anybody?
I don't think so. Yeah. Well, there was talk of Andy Dalton, but at the end of the day, I understand we're not going to be franchising Andy Dalton.
I mean, why? Why? What you need a backup?
It was a joke, Clark. It was a joke.
Oh, okay. You need a solid backup too? Okay. Fine. I've done this before. Fair. I'm with you on that. I think you give the Bears right now with back to the Aaron Rodgers. The coach came in and said, we're going to take the North and we're never going to give it back. I think that it'll take a little bit longer to take the North, depending on how that offseason goes. And if they could sign those free agents. Is there any way that you see Allen Robinson as a Chicago Bear?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want him as a Chicago Bear?
I got to say, like a month ago, the whole last season, I would have said absolutely there's no chance. I mean, the guy is leaving. I think there's a very slim chance he returns to the Chicago Bears. So it's not a very strong feeling but you ask if there is a chance, I say there is a chance. Do I want him back? He showed zero chemistry with Justin Fields, and I don't know if he was doing a little bit of a slowdown strike. Because he was upset with the team. I don't know if just opportunity, if it was just an off year. I mean, the offense was brutal. The offensive line was brutal. Mm-hmm. The coaching was brutal. I mean, there were so many negatives. It's hard to completely fault him. And in the process, he definitely hurt his value in the free agency market. Although, I mean, there's just such a thirst for wide receiver that it's not going to hurt him too much. So I don't know if it was a ploy or what the deal was, but I didn't see any chemistry whatsoever with Justin Fields, and so maybe I want to see another option. But if the Bears were to re-sign him, I wouldn't be upset. I mean, this is a 28-year-old wide receiver who has had, in Pro Football Focus, 2019, 15th in scoring. In 2020, he was 5th out of 127 wide receivers in grading. And in 2021, he tanked all the way down to a 66.9. So, and he was 66th out of 115 wide receivers. So, I mean, the guy has shown he can be a star. He can be a stud. Going into last season, he was the number one wide receiver against man coverage. And, if that fits our style, if that's who we're going to be, if we're going to be throwing into a lot of man coverage, then yeah, I mean, look at him. But I don't think it's a realistic want. I mean, I think he's a 5% chance he returns to the Bears.
Okay. I'm right there with you, man. So what is it? Devontae Adams is out. Devontae Adams, he's gone. Who else? The other
Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin got the franchise tag. Mike Williams with the Chargers, who a lot of Bears fans wanted the gazelle. The guy looks like a gazelle out there. Just the way he gallops down a field. I mean, it's a beauty. It's like if you watch the Nature Channel and you see gazelles, running down the field through the prairies. That's what Mike Williams is. And I was hoping the gazelle would fall to us, but not going to happen. As he stays with the Chargers. Smart move by the Chargers. So that brings the next receivers on the list. You lose Adams, you lose Godwin, you lose Williams. Next guy on the list, as I said, was Allen Robinson, Odell Beckham, Michael Gallup, Antonio Brown, probably not a real thing. Juju Smith-Schuster, Christian Kirk. I mean, if you're looking for speed, that's a guy who great in the slot. DJ Shark, a nice big-bodied wide receiver, a guy who can get separation, and he comes with speed. So, Will Fuller.
Yep.
And then you start getting into the turds. Jamison Crowder. I saw a report that MVS, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, is on the Bears' radar. He's a guy, is a fantasy player. He's a guy you always want to look at when he's playing because he has a chemistry with Aaron Rodgers.
I haven't seen anywhere Mike Williams pop up yet as being tagged. I didn't see that around. I see, I see the first two receivers we mentioned, and then a lot of tight ends: Schultz, Gesicki, Njoku, a couple offensive tackles: Orlando Brown, Cam Robinson. Guys who didn't get the tag and will hit the open market: Robinson, offensive tackle Armstead with New Orleans.
The Los Angeles Chargers agreed to a 3-year, $60 million deal with Mike Williams, so they re-signed him. Yeah,
they signed him. Yep. All right, that'll do it. Yep. Yeah, not too many receivers out there. So who do the Bears have under contract right now? Darnell Mooney. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think they have more than that at under contract, but I mean that's the only guy you're going to put on a field that's an NFL quality wide receiver. So,
right. Yeah. Oh yeah, Daz Newsome. Yeah. He's there too. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I just don't know. Trades, free agency.
Well, I think there's plenty of wide receivers
in the
that
draft.
The Bears could go after.
Okay.
I mean, I would be happy with, as I said, Allen Robinson. I mean, I would be happy with Odell Beckham. I don't, yeah. Michael Gallup, I would be happy with. Antonio Brown, I don't think that's realistic, and so just gonna pass on that. Juju Smith-Schuster, I don't think I would be too excited. Although the dude is 25 years old, he's one of the best young NFL receivers. But his Pro Football Focus in 2019 score was a 63. He was 86 out of 122 wide receivers. In 2020, it went up. He was a 70. 63 out of 127 wide receivers. And then last year, I mean, he didn't play many snaps, and Big Ben was done. He was toast. And he only put up a score of 58.
What about a Keelan Cole? Nothing? I mean,
yeah, Cole.
Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah, I'm not interested in Manny Sanders.
He's on like a Hilton or a Green or a Watkins, right?
I mean, Sanders is 34 years old. Not really excited about that. Keelan Cole, yeah, I mean, I think he's a poor man's DJ Shark. Mm-hmm. T.Y. Hilton, 32 years old. I mean, he looks like he's toast. A.J. Green, 33.
Chark interests me a little bit.
Yeah, I like him as an underneath guy, who also has speed. I think he could play. He could play. He can play the red zone if we could get to the red zone. 6'4", 198 pounds, and that 4.34 speed.
Mhm.
I mean, the guy's got a lot of the tools to be a great wide receiver, and he's young, so I like DJ Shark a lot.
We could always go local out there in from Caneland, Illinois. Chad Beebe, who's been playing with the Minnesota Vikings. He'll only cost you about $900,000 right around there. He might not be in the league too much longer, about 27, 28 years. Old. That's his age.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good for Chad Beebe. Very exciting prospect there, Clark.
Hey,
Thank you.
Former Packer Lazard, and there's MVS. Yeah. Chad Beebe's Don Beebe's kid. Remember that? Remember that guy?
Yeah, deep. Scatling has excelled size, speed, downfield mismatch. And again, I mean, he's a guy who Aaron Rodgers has great chemistry with. That I mean, could that chemistry transfer to Justin Fields? I don't know. But I mean, he's a guy. If I was the Packers, I'd like to just kind of keep on my team, and because Aaron Rodgers likes him.
Dino brought up a good point that those the receivers in Seattle, like Metcalf, might be available.
Yeah, you got to think they're blowing that team up. I mean, they're going to be a run first team now. I'll definitely be looking at their running back in fantasy this year. I think they spread the ball out a little too much with the rotation, but that team is going to be a disaster.
Yep.
I mean that team's just going to fall apart. I think. I saw somebody say Pete Carroll should retire, and I think it'd probably be good for the guy. He go open up a local Bernie Sanders office down there. Maybe smoke some doobies and listen to some not Molly Hatchet, but oh God, who's the band? The Moody Blues.
Oh yeah.
Listen to some Moody Blues music and just start like a local community garden collective and just get on with his life. I think that would be, if I was him, that's what I would do. That's what my life would be.
Okay. Yeah. I'm fine. Let him retire. Let him be done. I'm all about that, Al. Gosh,
just looking at their roster.
Was that last year or the year before that Drew Lock got it done for you in DraftKings?
It wasn't last season. It was the season before.
Okay.
Yeah, that brought me to my $15,000 day. I do appreciate that. So always a fan. Always a fan of Drew Lock. Special place in my heart. Rashard Penny and Chris Carson. Those are going to be two guys I'll be looking at in fantasy because I feel like Seattle still has a good offensive line, if I'm not mistaken. And they want to run the ball. Like that has been the issue with Russ Wilson.
Always wanted
and the team. They want to be an established the run team. They want to run first. And now they're going to have that opportunity because they're going to have to depend on it because God knows who their quarterback's going to be. Geno Smith, Jacob Eason, and Drew Lock are their quarterback options at this point right now. Maybe they get into the Mitch race. Maybe they go for Trubisky. But as of right now, I mean, it's ugly. Although Geno Smith actually scored well from Pro Football Focus last season in his limited play. So maybe they think, hey, they got something there, and maybe he could just manage. They could run the ball. You still have elite wide receivers in Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. Tyler Lockett's getting up in age now, 29, but still young enough to get it done. I mean, consistently a good wide receiver throughout his career. And, DK Metcalf, 24 years old and has all the measures you need to be great. So, maybe this team's all right. And then I think they got a pretty good tight end in that trade and Noah Fant. So
Okay. Yeah. That could work out in their favor then. Listen to the show every week at 6:30. You can catch us on Twitch at twitch.com/sportsaddict. Find us on Twitter at Larcher Lawrenson. The number to call to join us is 760-454-8834. Over there on Twitch, you can join in on the Twitch chat on Facebook Live as well. Wherever you're watching us, shoot a message and maybe we'll react to it. Maybe we'll respond. Maybe we will be a part of it. Yeah, it ended up being a really exciting day with all that news.
really,
Aaron Rodgers always letting the news go to Pat McAfee, huh?
is that what he does? Huh?
In the scoop. Yeah, I mean, he's the one who broke it. He broke it on his show, I think. Yeah, he got the news.
I like that. Pat McAfee. He's got a WrestleMania match. Is that the Pat McAfee we're talking about?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
The WWE commentator, Pat McAfee.
Yeah. He's got a big podcast out there. I don't know if you've heard.
I've never heard of that.
Big deal for that. He made a lot of money on this podcast, Al. Aaron Rodgers appears on it weekly. He hosts it with is it AJ Hawk or somebody? I don't know. One of those linebackers who used to play for the Packers. Some guy. And that's it. I was gonna mention Revolution a little bit.
Yeah, it was a good time. We saw some good wrestling, some great matchups. Did you see the clips of Thunder Rosa coming out?
No. What about that?
Well, if you when she gets introduced and she comes out, she is not happy. Whenever she comes out with a lot of energy and she's very excited. And you could tell, I don't know if they were planning on her going over and they changed it last second or what the deal is, but she comes out and she just looks pissed. She looks sad and pissed. Totally not her.
She posted a message about the intensity of coming out. She tweeted about it that
maybe that's what she's trying to cover.
There's the voice or there's the face of intensity, totally into the match or something. But
yeah,
like she was pissed, huh?
Well, I mean, the internet picked up on the fact that she looked like somebody who was, looked like they were just told, "Hey, you're going to go out there and lose."
And of course, Thunder Rosa, you guys, is who we just saw, and we just saw Thunder Rosa over at Warrior Wrestling, and she defending the title of that local promotion here, and now she is on Revolution on Sunday night. She faced Dr. Britt Baker for their world title.
Yeah, and a lot of people feel like
posted she doesn't look mad. She looks intense. Here's her tweet, Al. My entrance from AEW Revolution, 1000% focused.
Yeah, it sounds like a cover-up job. Is what that says. I mean, watch the video. Watch the clip. It's all over Twitter. Just type in Thunder Rosa, and you'll see it. She's got the boo-boo face. She does not look like she looks like somebody who's that's a still. You got to have the movement in order to fully grasp what I'm saying here. But
I just wanted to show you that, just so you could see it there. Not trying to say anything. No, I didn't hear that about her.
I've seen her a lot. She's been the Warrior Wrestling champion for quite some time now, and I enjoy all her matches. And when she comes out, she generally comes out with a smile and energy.
Yeah, because she's excited as hell to be around, right? In most cases. Yeah. Here you go, Al.
Yeah, see, watch. I mean, she doesn't, look, she's like rolling her eyes. All right, yeah, there we go. Yeah.
I don't know. Might be looking too much into it, guys.
Come on.
Might be looking too much into that. I don't see anything. I see somebody who's in her element.
No, that is if you watch her entrance is regular. She doesn't look like she was just told, a baby died.
All right. Well, her match was a pretty good match. They had a great match. I enjoyed watching it. They were they were on the card. There were only 3 matches after that, and it went 17 minutes and 25 seconds. She at one point had locked in Dr. Baker's own move, right?
Yeah.
And
Hey,
yeah.
I want to ask you and the people out there, when you have a scented candle, how do you blow it? Do you blow it out at the end of the night, or do you put the lid on? Is the lid supposed to suffocate? I never know with these candles if the lid is actually designed to snuff out candles.
I mean, I believe it would snuff it out. Am I wrong? Like, because
I mean,
it
it
needs
does,
air, but I think you should probably just blow it out.
but it always leaves like black. You know, it leaves like a soot because all the smoke gets trapped inside. But yeah, I never quite understood if that was the case.
All right,
So
are you
hopefully
ready?
someone smarter than us will figure that out.
I think I have something for you here. Three ways to put out a candle without blowing on it. You can wet
Sneeze?
your fingers and then pinch it. You ever done that one? Can you put a candle out with a lid? Typically, candle jars are bought with lids to put out the flame.
Okay.
Placing the lid on top of the candle will smother the flame and put out the candle. It will also keep dust and grime from the wick and wax and trap the smoke inside the candle jar. There you go.
Beautiful.
Can you
I
put
wanted
it
to
out with a spoon? Yes or no?
I wanted to Google it yesterday, but I figured I would just ask you. What can you put out with a spoon? Sure.
Yeah. So Ohms recommends putting out a candle using a candle snuffer, a bell-shaped metal handle, or using the candle's lid. But if you don't have either, a spoon will do the job. There you go. So when you blow a candle out, you get that like the overflow, you know, like you get that rush of smell from it, right?
Right. It's the best
Right
part.
then. Right. So why would you resort to not just blowing the candle out?
Because sometimes I see flickers of burning embers that concern me a little. Where if I put the lid on, it would just snuff out the candle, and I wouldn't have to worry about a spark or something going up. I don't know. I'm a scented candle guy. I mean, I have a scented candle going, burning. Anytime I'm off work, if I'm not going to work, I light the scented candle, and it goes. So I go through like 9 hour candles in like a day. So I
Okay.
go through a shit ton. The price of scented candles, absolutely. This is something, this Biden. I don't know what the hell he's doing. I know you're a big Biden guy. Your Wi-Fi
Hey,
password is Biden Harris
don't give away my pat. Hey,
20.
buddy, that's
You
hey,
know,
no, you don't tell somebody else's password.
it's not your password. It's the name of your Wi-Fi. The name of the name of your Wi-Fi is Biden Harris 2020. So look, I know you're a big fan of Biden, but if this guy really wants to,
right when she announced, and you know that I was doing anything possible to get rid of the last guy. Come on.
if
It's hard to change a password.
yeah, it's hard. It's
Right
so
now,
hard.
I've got 4 different devices right here in this room that are currently connected to that Wi-Fi, let alone the other 20 in this house. Do you know how long that's going to take to change? I'm going to change it.
Well, anyways, if this Biden wants to get my vote, all right, he's going to have to figure out how to get the price of scented candles down because it is so ridiculous. I mean, these candles run on the cheap side. If you get a deal at the Jewel or the Mariano's, you're paying $15 a buy one get one half. You're paying almost $30. $20. I don't know the math on that. 15 half would be. You're paying like $24 for 2 candles that are going to last a day. I mean, it's more expensive to get a candle than it is a steak. And I can't find cheap candles. And if you want to get the man candles, because I like the man candles, candles are $20 a candle.
What was the price you spent most recently on candles?
The last candle I bought, I found Glade candle in the at Mariano's they have the rack of junk they're trying to get rid of. Well, they had pumpkin spice candles, and I like pumpkin spice. So those were like $4. So that was a hell of a deal. So I got a good deal on the pumpkin spice, but I mean it's the generic Glade ones. I mean they're not very good, but I think I paid, for a Mandarin spice. I think I paid it's about $15 candle.
Right here. Candle Light Apple Cinnamon Crisp Candle, $5.99 over at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Is it these though? Is it a small jar or a big jar?
This one's a big
Is
one.
it a flickering wick? Is it a 24? I mean, how many hours? You got to know your candles, man. Like you can't, if you just buy a random candle, you're gonna get the cheap wax that burns real fast.
Why don't you just come and Google with me for a second? Like what about these over here, right there? These guys, the set of 12 scented candles with 6 fragrances. Look at these.
Look how small they are.
Huh? Look at those.
How many ounces? Soy? Oh, I don't do the natural soy. I mean, now you get problems that it burns quicker.
I didn't realize that you were a connoisseur of candles.
Dude, I'm telling you, there's a candle, but I'm like Elton John with a candle in the wind. I got candles burning constantly.
I don't think that has anything to do with it. I don't think Elton John was talking about actual candles with that.
Yeah, he was like, there's a candle in the wind.
I think it might have had something to do with a young gal named Norma Jean that other people knew under another name.
Goodbye, Norma Jean. Yeah, he just cut, Metallica. Miley Cyrus, Elton John, and Metallica all just did a song together.
Back in the day, we could have played that on the show, but now we get shut down if we do. Have you heard it? Have you played it? You giving it a spin?
Yeah, it's all right. Nothing else matters. Was Princess Diana Norma Jean?
Well, he redid it after she passed.
Right.
He passed. So
because they had after she was murdered by the government, they released the Elton John "Candle in the Wind" album at Walgreens. I remember you used to go to the checkout, and right there next to the Clark bars was the "Candle in the Wind."
He sang it at her
Princess
funeral.
Diana.
He sang it at her funeral, and then I was running karaoke back at the time, and I remember a new version of the song came out with the new lyrics that he wrote for Princess Diana. He changed it up.
Clark, when I die, would you sing "Candle in the Wind" at my funeral?
Yeah.
Karaoke version.
So
I want somebody to play the tape.
Absolutely. He had changed the lyrics from "Goodbye Norma Jean" to "Goodbye England Rose" or something like that. "Goodbye English Rose." So
I want
"Goodbye Big Archer." No.
"Goodbye Alfred Ferdinand."
"Goodbye Rygar's Pappy."
Yeah. I decided I'm going to kill myself once the cat dies. No. I was shooting for 50. I was going to do 50. I was like, I'm just going to check out at 50. But then I'm like, I made a promise to the cat, and the cat's only 2. So, her birthday's in a month.
Some cats live for 30 years. Let's go.
I'm hoping that's not the case because I'm ready.
Stick around.
I'm ready. I'm done.
Just keep riding the ride. That's all we got to do.
Nah, the hell with the ride. Ride's over, man. My dreams are dead. My prospects are dead. I mean, I'm a dead man walking, really. It's been a depressing couple of weeks. But
42.
Yeah, 42. It's over. It's over. It really is.
Nope.
And if I have a planned date to go out, like I could kind of plan, for a couple of years in advance. Because really, I almost killed myself years ago, but the end of NYPD Blue hadn't happened yet. So I'm like, yeah, I got to get to the end of the series. But, there's not really anything, nothing excites me anymore. Gambling doesn't excite me. I can't find happiness in anything. So, I'm just thinking, if I have a set date, I know near the end, I could just spend all my money and be done with things. So, I could give away all my crap. I can know where my stuff's going, make sure people are happy,
That's ridiculous, man.
It's life. What are you going to do?
Nah, we got to figure that out soon.
Goodbye, Al the Third. Although I wish I'd known you, you seem to be a podcaster in a chair. And although I would have liked to know you, you lived with Rygar the cat. Thank you, Wilson. Writing a beautiful ditty there. That's what I want to say. I want you in a barbershop quartet at my funeral.
Am I going to be the lead singer of the barbershop quartet? Or
yeah, you're going to be the guy with the little thing that goes, the little key thing that gets everyone set. The little beep.
I won't sing at it if it is suicide.
Oh, so I got to fake it with a drug overdose. Great.
There you go. Yeah.
People that get no respect for suicide when really, you know what? It's a ballsy maneuver. It gets the job done. And but if you overdose, all of a sudden, like, he drank himself to death. Oh, you know. So if I eat myself to death,
I think they're both tragic.
if I eat myself to death and I have a heart attack, will you then sing at my funeral?
No, I'm out.
No,
I'm not singing. I'm done.
You're not singing at my funeral?
Nope. I gave up funeral singing a long time ago. Nope.
Clark, it would mean the world to me.
No, you wouldn't. Nope.
If I die and you don't sing at my funeral, I am going to be I will haunt you. I will haunt you and your children for the rest of your life.
That cat is going to live forever. That's my plan.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be like,
Clark, how come you didn't sing at my funeral? What am I going to do now? Clark, please sing. Just as little shanty. How about a happy tune? Will you at least tell a story?
nothing.
Nope. No stories. I'm out.
All right, well, that's disappointing. Can you at least bring deviled eggs?
There won't be any. Nope. No deviled eggs. Sorry.
Are you even coming to my funeral?
I don't know. We'll talk about it.
Will you get a better haircut than the one you just showed us?
Whoa, what's wrong with my haircut?
You look like a Korean dictator. You look like a Korean dictator.
No, I don't.
You look like you're about to test some missiles.
No way. I'm preparing. I'm preparing for everything here. This is the year of the mullet. I was going to do it last year, but I had a funeral.
Kim Jong Clark.
No, it's not. No, I was going to go mullet last year, but this year I've decided that I'm going to go I'm going to do it this year instead. Last year my dad passed away and I figured for his God damn it, Larcher. I figured last year, this is ridiculous. I figured last year for my dad's funeral, I wouldn't have a mullet, but I'll tell you what, I'll keep this haircut for yours. That's for sure.
Thank you.
So anyway, the mullet got discontinued and it's back this year.
I don't see a mullet. You got like your sides shaved. I mean, you do. You look. This is the Korean dictator hairstyle. Do you go in? Do you go to your lady and you go, "Give me the dictator"?
Can't see the back of the hair.
Oh,
somebody
my God.
told me, he said, "Man, nice hair, man." And I was like, "Thanks, dude."
Who told you this? These people are lying to you, Clark.
Oh, there was a guy.
Why I'm here.
Great haircut. He said it was fantastic. I went to my guy who did my beard. My favorite guy to cut my beard. Otherwise, I always feel it's too out there.
You need to go back to the hipster lady.
Tino says, "Give me your nuclear secrets and a haircut."
I'm thinking about getting one.
Do it. Let's. I know you were watching old sports. You were watching old comedy accident videos where you had the short hair.
Yeah. It's a very conservative, clean cut dude. I don't know what happened.
Change it up. We'll put together a pitch for the for a DraftKings show, and then we're making billions. Billions,
I say. Oh man. Yeah, DraftKings, I think my subscription to one of my services auto renewed and I wasn't necessarily going to go back to them, so that was kind of a bummer, but yeah, I'm ready.
I had that happen with the fantasy footballers for me. One of them, not fantasy footballers. One of them, fantasy pros. It re-upped on me and I just sent them an email the next day. I was like, "Hey, I just noticed this re-upped. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to be a part of it. I didn't mean to click it." And they came back and they said, "Well, it was when you sign up, it says it's going to auto renew. But since we've noticed that you haven't used it, we will refund your money." I was like, "All right, thank you. That was very kind."
that auto renew thing is such a scam. That it's like one of the worst things in society right now. Wants me to vote for him. Two things have to happen: the price of scented candles need to go down, and what were we just talking about? Something about well, we were just talking about. I have a very short-term memory.
Yeah, me too. It left. This is great. This is great news. I started reading the comments, and it took me right out of my element.
Well, Joe Biden needs to get the price of scented candles down to something else.
Yeah. They were wondering which shows I'm producing over there. I'm a filling guy over there at CHGO. I was on the Bulls one last night, CJ. Producing for their show. Jumped in on the mic a couple of times, not too much because right now there's a lot of other elements going on, but I'll be filling in. I did the White Sox the other day. This week, Friday, I'll do the bets and the White Sox, and then Saturday the Blackhawks post game. Just
good
stuff here and there. Yeah,
so. Rockstar now.
No, I don't know. I mean, I have the Segway things taken up most of the time. So the season's about to kick off. We're changing our software. I had a staff meeting yesterday morning there. It's been a very busy time lately on top of the family.
Follow your dreams, Clark. Don't forget the segue. Forget the segue. You don't need to make money. You need to get your radio career going here. You need to focus and make it happen.
I would love to have more time for that, but right now I can't do 5 nights a week. I can't do 5 nights a week of that, Where'd you go there, Larcher?
Oh, yeah. Auto renewal. If Joe Biden wants my vote, he's got to get rid of auto renewal, and the price of candles need to come down.
Yeah. We are back. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Sean. You got me back on track there. Because I mean, number one, it's not only these fantasy football subscriptions.
You're showing off the short haircut over there, pal.
Damn right. This is much better. It's much more.
That's from your headshot, right? Isn't that the same one?
Yeah,
I got?
Headshot.
Oh yeah.
It is. Yeah, there it is. So
talking to himself.
There you go. Yeah, that was 100 years ago. So, anyways, these auto renewal things, I have I signed up. I must have been really stoned one night and really in a special place, and I signed up for a porn site.
You did?
And yeah, I did. And the subscription is auto renewing, and I cannot find any information to cancel it.
Okay.
So I mean, these are real issues. These are real problems that are affecting real Americans.
I have the same issue. Hang on a minute. Oh, hang on. Good time.
This is kind of wonderful.
Well, only you were in my ear. Only I could hear you.
Yeah. What's up, Hazel? You want to hear about my subscriptions I can't cancel?
Hi,
What's up, Hayes? How are you?
Good night, I said.
Oh! You have a good night, and to you too. Sweet dreams.
Okay.
He was talking about puppy dog pals and Bluey. Yep.
And we weren't watching Bluey.
Bluey? What the hell are you talking about?
Good night, Hayes.
That's a B96 look.
Hey, could you shut the door? What's a B96 look?
The headshot, according to Dino.
Yeah. Yep. Today was sports day at school, so she, instead of wearing the they don't call it a uniform, the dress code, she was able to wear a sports shirt. So she wore her Chicago Sky shirt, her Courtney Vandersloot there it is shirt.
Of course. I would if you would have made me guess what sport team she wore her shirt for, I would have guessed Sky. So I would have nailed that.
He wants to cancel his Bluey subscription. Thank you, Dino from Mount Greenwood. Yeah, he does.
What's a Bluey subscription?
Well, I told her that Al was talking about Bluey and Puppy Dog Pals. Bluey, Australian kids TV show, in fact. And so Dino's joke was he wants to cancel his Bluey subscription after what you had been talking about.
I see.
That missed it.
So Australia just banned my favorite video game, that RimWorld I'm always talking about.
Really?
They banned it. You can no longer buy RimWorld in Australia.
Too violent?
Yeah, Bluey is now code for the porn subscription I have that I can't cancel. Except I don't know that Bluey might actually be the name of the site. That's the problem.
RimWorld refused classification in Australia, banning it from.
Yeah.
Wow. Why? What's the deal there? Why would it refuse a classification?
I guess Australia is pretty conservative with some of their stuff, and like
Violence
you
around.
can't have video games where there's like slavery, like where you're selling people and you're selling drugs and you're marketing drugs and all that. But that's not real. I mean, that's just something you could do. You could do anything in RimWorld. Like you could grow cocoa trees and make chocolate and sell chocolate,
Can
and
I
then
plant some apple
fight
trees?
aliens.
I can plant
Yeah.
apple trees if you want. Okay. I mean, I would. Huh. But you can also be a bad dude if you want.
Oh yeah, you could harvest organs.
Okay.
Is it like Second Life? Yeah. No, it's nothing like Second Life. I've always been curious about Second Life. Look, I'm a dude who plays a lot of fantasy. I like my role play games. And I'm a bit of I'm a bit of a pervert. Nothing illegal. I'm not getting in trouble, but when I'm alone with my hands, things happen. And Second Life, those ads pop up, and I'm always like, I wonder if this is any fun. But then they want the credit card information, and I just, I'm not doing that. Like, it just seems like it's a good way to get robbed. Like, your money is going to be taken. There's better ways to enjoy yourself and your personal time than playing a sex-based video game. Although, again, it has interest in me.
Yeah. All right. Well, then let's roll.
Clark, you don't, as a married man, you don't have these issues. You don't understand.
I don't know.
The struggles of 4 a.m. wondering if Second Life is worth it.
I've never played, as you know. I'm still working on getting a system though.
New WWE game comes out. It came the pre-order, the early release came out yesterday. So I bought it yesterday, but then they're saying no, you didn't really pre-order it, so you can't pre-play it. So I have the game, but I can't play it till Friday. And it looks like, according to Reddit, it seems like people are enjoying the game. So,
okay. You did a pre-order, or no? You're gonna do the pre-order.
No, I did a pre-order. I mean, I own the game. I have the game. The game is downloaded. It's just waiting for them to say, "Okay, you can play now."
Yeah, I just did a pre-order of my own. I know you're not much of a beer guy, but and I don't drink triple IPAs that much. I've always found them too much. But I can get them from over at Old Irving. And Al, this morning, the pre-order went on sale at 10 a.m. for their new collaboration with Alarmist Brewing. It's Les Juice. Oh no, that was their old one. This new one is Bees Juice.
Beetlejuice.
No, it's Bees Juice. It's a triple IPA, and it's 10.5% alcohol in it. Triple IPA, double dry hopped with Citra Lupamax. I don't know what that word is. Mosaic.
Oh,
Lupamax.
the lupus. You don't want to get the lupus.
Incognito in Spectrum. A limit of 2 4-packs per person. It'll be on. You order it today, and then on pickup day on Monday, 3/14, they're gonna have it on draft over there as well. So,
Clark,
Monday, I'm gonna go shopping for a minute. Stop and have a quick one on draft. It'll work. You want to meet me there?
With the Bears hat on, and you rambling about collaborations and your Citra hops. You sound like Bears. You sound like Ryan Pace.
I thought it'd get you collaboration. I thought it would. There you go.
Sean brings up a good point. In order to play that game early, you have to buy the $120 NWO gimmick version of the game.
Oh, that's
ridiculous.
They've got $120 in order to access the NWO part on the WWE game. You've got to pay $120.
It is. They're thieving. They're thieving, man. So here's the deal with that game. In 2019, they released a game that was absolutely a pleasure to play. Everybody loved it. It was great. It was good. 2020 came out. Everyone was excited because 2019 was good, and it's only going to get better, right? They put out a game that was absolute dog shit. And because 2019 was so good, I went ahead and I bought the expensive version. And then that was the point. I decided never to buy the full package ever again on a video game. I will buy the basic package. If I like the game, I'll buy the add-ons, even if that comes at a premium. Because at the end of the day, you're going to get burned if you don't play that game. So this whole, $120 to get a fucking shirt that says, NWO on a video game character is silly, man. It is disgusting. It is vile. It is everything that is wrong. This Joe Biden, if he wants my vote, what he needs to do is he needs to lower the price of scented candles. He needs to I already forgot what the other one was. I got to go back because I know Sean helped there. He needs to cancel. He needs to ban automatic renewals, and he needs to get when you buy a video game, and that's the price, man. And it's a basic price. I'll pay up to $70. I think I paid $70 for the game last night, which is ridiculously high, but fine. And that's just the basic game. No add-ons. The season pass, okay, you want to charge me for a season pass? Okay, I get that. Let me decide later. But make the game playable. Enough of this Madden shit with the tokens. Enough stealing from people. Let me buy a game, pay for it, and play the game in full.
There.
Following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
See, now that's cool. I'm not going to have that.
I mean, I'm not going to bullshit you here. It is pretty cool looking, but
yeah, the game is supposed to be beautiful.
But you got to do $120 to get it right now. That's
disgusting.
That's a horseshit gimmick. Wow. Still playing NHL 95. Throw that in there.
That's smart. That's one of the best games of all time.
CJ asked WWE is out. What'd you say? It's not out. You pre-ordered it, right?
It's out Friday. I mean, it's out if you want to pay the $120. If you want to pay the basic, it's out Friday.
Oh. CJ's download. You get to spend up and go get it.
I know. As an old man, I thought about it. I'm like, I should just buy the full package. But then I'm like, no, I got to stand by my principles. I like the CJ. I found that guy on Twitter. He's got some good wrestling knowledge.
Good wrestling.
Talk a little wrestling. CJ, yeah.
Did you watch Revolution? And what was your favorite? If you did, what was your favorite match of the night?
Most.
I was going to run down a bit ago, but I don't know if now we've run out of time. But go ahead.
The internet wrestling community has been so in love with this AEW that they could do no wrong, and after this pay-per-view, they made it seem like Jesus returned on that card, like it was the greatest wrestling show of all time. I watched it with you. I thought it was long, it was boring, but it was good. Like, I'm not saying it was bad. Like, I enjoyed the show, but I found it to be very predictable. You knew everything that was going to happen. Nothing was a surprise.
I didn't know
William Regal was the only shock, and that was the best part of the show. And right now, that's the best thing that's drawing me back to AEW. I definitely want to see what's going on with this. If this stable happens, if they give us what we want.
I'm interested in Wardlow and MJF on Wednesday. I hope they don't pull it back. I hope they keep rolling with that right there. I thought that was great. It was exactly I thought Wardlow did a pretty good job for as green as he is. I thought he did a good job with that spot coming in during the MJF and CM Punk match. Like, he waited. I think he paused. He gave it plenty of time. His facial expressions. I don't know. I enjoyed that. There. W. Wilson wants to know, what is Jesus's music, and also what kind of pop did he get when he came back?
Well, as as a Hall of Fame e-wrestler, which is the internet wrestling, where you write little stories about your
It's
wrestlers.
like
I'm
fantasy
involved.
football
It's like
for
fantasy football, but it's more about writing. It's creative
right,
writing.
right.
I handled the character who was the second coming of Christ, and my theme
That
music was
Dino. That was Dino from Mount Greenwood, not W. Wilson.
my theme music was "Personal Jesus" by Depeche Mode. Yeah, I thought that was perfect.
Good song.
Jesus's theme song would probably be "Bubba Shot the Jukebox" last night.
Fair.
Just because I want to hear the song. No,
That's great. Hey, quickly, you where was I going with that? What was the song? Oh, Personal Jesus. So
yeah.
we've talked covers, and you would rather hear the original. Would you rather right now hear Cash Personal Jesus or Depeche Mode Personal Jesus?
Well, that's a case. It's a rare case with Johnny Cash where the original was better than the cover. And yeah, man, total Korean dictator.
Oh,
It hits different, Clark. It hits different. Yeah.
this is the best part for those listening on audio. But
Yeah, so Clark has a new haircut, and he clearly looks like a Korean dictator.
Johnny
Like,
Cash has a couple covers out there that he just took and fucking owned.
yeah,
Personal
absolutely.
Jesus, I won't
It's not
back
one
down.
of them.
I love his Personal Jesus. I love the way he breaks it down, and it breaks down and just hammers.
Your own personal Jesus, someone to hear. It's too, but if you listen to the Depeche Mode version, it's so much better.
Yeah, I have, and it's a great song in its own. But I'm also a big fan of the Cash.
I love you. I have Johnny Cash tattooed on my arm, man. Like, you can't deny my love of Johnny Cash. I love Johnny Cash, but that version is not as good as the original. It's just not. If you play the two back to back, Dino mentions "Hurt." Absolutely, "Hurt" was a better version than the original. Johnny Cash's version of "Hurt" was better than the original. He nailed it. That's good, perfect.
Everybody thought, and W. Wilson's on this train with "Disturbed," "Sound of Silence" better than the original. I thought it was a unique take, that's for sure. But I'm still down with the original on that. I thought in all honesty, that Disturbed version felt a little bit forced to me. That's all. When Cash did them, it just seemed like it was damn near effortless. It was just like he's lived this life, and now I'm going to sing these songs like I want. "Hurt," like he said. I won't back down. I don't know. I think.
Yeah.
Did we find a couple cover songs that you like better? "Hurt."
Well, "Hurt," yeah. I won't back down is good. There's a lot of cover songs in the world that are better than the originals. That's just part of music. But a whole album of '90s cover songs just blows. Like that was the worst thing you ever subjected me to in all our years of friendship when you played that stupid album.
I suddenly realized, because you bring it up, it's been brought up a few times. You sold me out to. Oh no, Lauren loved hearing the story again. It was pretty awesome. Oh man,
Bad Wolf's cover of "Zombie" is pretty good. Yeah.
Is that the Cranberry Zombie?
Yeah, it is.
All right, that's good.
I do like the Bad Wolf's version.
Second favorite Cranberry song of all time.
Somebody just did. They covered the Michael Jackson song,
"Alien Ant Farm."
There's a new band. I feel like not Motorhead, but Godsmack has some good covers of like Rocky Mountain. I think Rocky Mountain High. I think they do, and Godsmack had a good couple of covers recently. Weezer's "Africa." Okay.
If you believe Pop Culture Madness's top 100 cover songs, "Respect" from Aretha Franklin. Wedding.
See, that was an era where
they have that number one, and
a cover actually back in the day, back in music, companies would churn out these songs, and a cover was when an artist when a licensing company would release a song to two different artists at the same time, and there were times in musical history where the same song was on the charts by two different artists, and that's what a true cover was. But now it's obviously taken on a different meaning, where it's just you're covering a band, you're just covering
Who was
somebody
it?
else's version of a song.
Yeah. Al, who was it? Say did Alien Criminal? It was Alien Ant Farm. But these guys are rolling with covers right now. House of the Rising
All for One, John Michael. Oh, that's
Animals.
great. All for One. I swear.
I don't know if those are covers. I think that was the era of country. Songwriters were like, they realized they could sell the song twice. They could sell it to a country artist and a pop artist. That's why you ended up with like Leanne Rimes actually had the pop version of that. What's that song? How do I get through one night?
How
right?
do I live?
Yeah.
I think
And
so.
then Trisha, you're country.
Well, and then God Must Have Spent a Little More Time on You, Alabama and In Sync.
Oh, that's right.
That was a collaboration, man.
You remember when they did the collaboration?
That was a collaboration. Hell yeah.
On the CMA with Tonight's Word.
That was a big deal.
Yeah. You had like a guy with pink hair, spiky hair sitting there next to Alabama. I'm going for Alabama with this look, by the way. Like, I'm going to let the sides grow out a little bit and the back grow, and like 80s album cover from Alabama. That's the plan. I want to go less Korean Dictator on you. Girls Just Want to Have Fun with It was a cover for Cyndi Lauper from a Robert Hazard song.
Yeah.
Elvis, a lot of those songs were covers that you'd never know. Hound Dog was from Big Mama Thornton. Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers, that's a cover.
Well, I always am shocked to find out that the Righteous Brothers are white guys. Every time I play the Righteous Brothers, I pull them up on Spotify. I'm like, oh, this is a perfect time to play Unchained Melody, when I'm DJing. And I look and I see these two white guys staring at me. I'm like, this isn't right. This isn't good. So Hoyt Axton's mother, Mae Axton, wrote the song Heartbreak Hotel. Hoyt Axton wrote the Three Dog Night song, Never Been to Spain. And, of course, he wrote the song Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog. So a little bit about the Hoyt Axton family. Plus, Hoyt Axton was the father in the Gremlins. So I'm a big Hoyt Axton fan. No one knows who that is. I thought I'd throw some Hoyt Axton trivia out there.
Was he the ex-husband of Mr. Drummond's wife on Different Strokes?
Very possibly. I know he was Lonnie Anderson's boyfriend on
I think
WKRP in Cincinnati.
I'm pretty sure that was him. I could be wrong. It could be like kind of a bit of a doppelganger guy. But Hoyt Axton, born in 1938, passed in 1999. Wow.
Big pothead.
Oh yeah,
like when he died, somebody knew. It was his publicist. Was somebody who was a record pusher I used to talk to, and she sent me a package of all his shit that was left in her office, like all the Hoyt Axton 8x10s. So if anyone needs an 8x10 of Hoyt Axton, I got a bunch.
Wow, that's awesome.
Metallica does have some great covers.
Yeah, they do. Of course, everyone, Blue Suede Shoes, Elvis covered that.
Sure. Yeah, Carl Perkins original.
Carl Perkins, which, if I'm bringing up Perkins and Elvis, I've got to bring up when that show $1 Million Quartet played at the Apollo Theater. They played in one theater. Comedy Accident was playing in another theater, and people would come to visit us. And if they looked of a certain age and the show was running late, if they had gray hair, they would just send them into $1 Million Quartet, even if they were coming to see our show.
That's right.
At least one occasion, somebody came and they sent them in and they got a free show.
Yeah,
because they didn't actually have the tickets, right?
Well, my good friend, now departed Ralph, who was my neighbor when I was in Paris. Ralph came. He came all the way from Paris to see us, and you don't have to add that.
You're right. Yeah, why would I?
The man flew in from Paris, Clark. Let's just leave it at that. So yeah. He came from Paris, Illinois. He took the trip up here to see us, and he knew I played Elvis in one of the sketches. And he was sitting up there watching the $1 Million Quartet going, "Where's Al?" Well, meanwhile, we were doing our silly show in the basement.
Amazing. Basement. I mean, I don't know. In the other theater.
The other theater. Right. He came from Paris, and it was the other theater.
You could hear the damn trains going by, the L.
Yeah, it was classic Chicago theater, man. Dino wants to know what a record pusher is. It's somebody who wants to get more spins. See, I was a reporting station, meaning I had to tell a magazine how many times I played a record within a week. So let's say, a new song came out, I'm playing it 30 times a week. That's a couple times a day. That gets added, and that's how a lot of companies do their charts. So these record labels have people who call you. They call the music director, and they'll be like, "Hey, man, we really need more spins on this record. We need you. We are going to send you a Cletus T. Judd, because he's also on the label. We're going to send you Cletus T. Judd giveaways with 8x10s, and we're going to have Cletus T. Judd call in. You just got to play that Leanne Rimes record a little more." And I'd be like, "Yeah, but the record sucks. What do you want me to do?" So that's what a record pusher is. Okay. They'd also bribe us. With things, but that was illegal because that's payola. Because somehow the government decided that DJs shouldn't get, free stuff for playing records. Come on, man. What's this guy? If this Joe Biden wants my vote, he's gotta ban payola laws, reverse payola laws, bring down the price of candles, get rid of auto subscriptions, and be more transparent in video games.
That radio stations get free merch and free tickets and all kinds of shit all the time. And you're telling me
DJs
from the record company?
Well, the record companies used to give money. They'd be like, "Hey, man, if you could give me a couple more spins, I'll give you $50." Now, what they would do is they would send us to Nashville once a year for the country radio seminar. They would pay for your flight. They'd pay for your hotel. They'd give you some free currency on the General Jackson Casino, and then you'd sit in a room with like 50 other dudes, and like Vince Gill would come out and he'd be like, "Go rest high on the mountain," as you're eating a steak, Don't you pay per spin, ASCAP? No, you pay a flat fee to ASCAP, but they want to know when they audit you. They would audit us like once a year, you would have to tell how many spins so they could pay the artists appropriately. It was a big pain in the ass. Audit week in the radio station was always hell. Always really? Hell. Yeah.
Was that because you just didn't keep track of it as you went and you had to fire back to find this shit, or?
Yeah, I mean, you're
organized very well. What's the deal?
When you program a radio station, like it's a lot like programming mass teams and DraftKings. Like you're saying, "Look, I want this much exposure on this song." You're not saying specifically. You're not going hour by hour and going, "Okay, let's go into Garth Brooks and okay, we need to slow it down here." You may set speeds. You may code your music to speeds. Like, all right, this is coded as a 7 in tempo, and I want a song at the bottom of the hour coming out of the break that's a high tempo song. And then there's all those songs that's in that rotation, and it randomly puts those and spaces them properly. So yeah, it's just it's a big math problem. I love programming. I love programming football, programming music. It's great getting those rotations going.
That's excellent. I forgot that Tom Jones did some covers. He covered Kiss from Prince.
Okay. All right.
That's listed as the 33rd best cover on this list from Pop Culture Madness.
Wow, that's madness. That is true madness.
Yeah,
man, I want to get my beard long enough where I could just put my one hitter in it. That's my life goal. See, I still have a couple goals left in life.
There you go. When I remember when I had my hair down to my shoulders, it was just on a whim that I went and got it cut. I wasn't even planning on it. I was near one time I walked by a barbershop, or I walked to a barbershop, and then I didn't go in.
Yeah.
Wasn't ready. And then the next time I was just walking by and I said, "The hell with it. Let's go." So I did. Al, I was with you on Revolution the other night. I thought it was it got a little bit long, but I enjoyed the show. They were good matches.
It's good matches. The very excited about the William Regal potential with this stable with Daniel Bryanson and Mox. You know, you bring in two young guys. Maybe Dante Martin and his brother, Top Flight. I think they would be a nice fit in there because they're insanely good wrestlers. They're not great on the mic, and I think that would help them with personality. So
Yeah.
I came across a German a cappella version of Metallica's Battery. See, now you're going deep. I love it. Now we're getting great. Now we're getting in the woods, man. We're getting into the good stuff, the fun stuff.
Of course, big news dropped this morning for WrestleMania. We are still in WrestleMania season now. And this morning, Stone Cold accepted Kevin Owens' challenge to show up at WrestleMania, either on April 2nd or April 3rd, there in Dallas, Texas.
Oh, hell yeah.
But I can't tell what it's going to be. It seems like they're just going to podcast together.
Well, I mean, Austin said he doesn't care. I don't care if it's a fight. I don't care if it's a show. I don't care if it's a brawl. I don't care if it's a brawl.
What?
He said that somebody's getting stunned, which is no different than when I saw him in Texas, right? He came to the ring, he stunned some people, and he went home.
Oh yeah, he was at the WrestleMania in Texas the last time.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Uh-oh, who's there?
I think Dick Duran forgot his glasses.
Oh, he probably did. So yeah. Here's my prediction for that. Kevin Owens will be out there with the KO show theme and doing his talk show in the ring, and then you hear Stone Cold's music hit, and he walks out and goes, "Oh hell no! You're on the Stone Cold podcast," and then all the lights will change, and all the pictures will change from the KO show to the Stone Cold show, and then they'll have a word of words on the mic, couple stunners, drink some beers, go home. Hell of a good payday for Stone Cold. Hell of a good night.
That is a good night. You know, I'm surprised somebody needs to sign you to help write segments in the WWE. You got this down.
Some sort of confrontation, and a stunner spot. Yeah, I agree. That's what it is. That's all we want. That's what we want.
I think it's going to be very similar to Rowdy Piper and Morton Downey Jr.
Good night, Dino. Sorry we killed your phone battery. That'll happen. It'll be better. Wait, was that Brother Love and Morton Downey Jr.? Is that what it was?
Yeah, Brother Love was on there as well. That's right. Morton Downey Jr. kept wanting to smoke his cigarette, and then Rowdy Piper hit him with the fire extinguisher. Ah!
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah, no, it's not going to be a match for Stone Cold, but I mean, hell. Yeah, do we want to put him in a match at this point? No. No.
I think there is going to be a match. I don't like. It's not going to be. It's obviously going to be a gimmick match.
You think they're going to ring a bell and have a ref come out for him?
I think so. I think they're going to do like a little interview segment, and he's like, "Hell, why don't we fight right now? You want a match? We'll get a goddamn match." And then they'll brawl for a little bit. It'll be short. There'll be a stunner, and then that'll be it. Then The Rock's going to come out with a flamethrower, and the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
That would make the place pop more if they did say, let's have a match, even if it was just a couple stunners, we're going home. Do they both get a stunner in? Does Stone Cold put him over a little bit and let him get a stunner in?
I doubt it. And then, let's see. Wilson says maybe Michaels and Undertaker involved too. I can see that. They're all Texas guys. JBL.
Yeah, that's a good Booker T. He's doing in Houston.
Pat Green's going to come out and lay the smackdown on somebody.
You know who's been ruling the Dallas and the Texas market lately is a young man named Gringo Loco.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you. You finally delivered the not finally, but thank you. It was much grateful for it. We are.
Jeez, finally.
The Gringo
No
Loco.
deviled eggs. This is the treatment I get.
If I wouldn't have doubled back on that, you wouldn't have noticed. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Yep. That's what happens, pal. Oh, brother. Yeah, I could see it. Hell, man, I haven't even looked at the calendar. I don't know if I can do 2 nights of WrestleMania this year.
Yeah, I'm probably going to work one of those 2 nights, so.
Right? I have no No clue.
I mean, if you want to have a get together Sunday, maybe you know, I know you got to check your agenda, you got to check your day planner. You and the neighbor might be watching reruns of The Sopranos, or you know,
Uh-oh.
you might be going to the lake house, or
You right? Just
you might
snuck
be
something in with
you might.
non-wrestling fans for the Saturday the 2nd, but Sunday's wide open, pal.
All right. Well, you better mark it. I don't know. You might be working one of your 7 jobs, or you know, you might be at CGCI, or you know, you might be at the scooter shop, or
The
you
scooter
might
shop.
be here.
Yeah. You could be at work. I don't know.
I don't work Sundays, man. Man, this weekend is the hell weekend in the bar industry. I'm going to be tortured by drunken green beer and assholes
Oh, it's Saturday.
for
Yep.
hours upon hours.
I got to figure out how I'm getting there because you know that CHGO gig is in the West Loop, and I usually drive and I can find street parking around there, but I don't know. Not on the 12th, man. Not on the 12th. That's gonna be insane.
Are you going to be wearing green?
It's gonna be back. I'm not planning to wear green.
How much do I charge to DJ? Oh, millions of dollars. I'm very exclusive. Very, very high end, you know.
I think W. Wilson's looking to hire out for a party. There you
Yeah.
go.
I'm actually like an
We got to crash
independent.
this thing. What we do is we talk him into ordering wrestling, and
Yeah.
we crash the basement.
Yeah, we need to crash the basement for
Yep.
sure. We're definitely doing a show there this spring or summer.
We are
It's
doing
been
a show. You
decided.
know,
The
we had a
Wiener
great
Circle.
Wiener Circle's been on our radar. You know, they've talked with us, but I'll tell you what, I think doing a show from Wilson's basement is the gig.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
the highlight I'm looking forward to.
he's got the old cheater box.
Hell yeah.
Oh, did you catch that, Pat McAfee? He got me a little bit. That was ballsy. And when he said to Vince McMahon, he goes, "I got to tell you, I'm in. You know, I will wrestle in WrestleMania. And you know how much this means to me? I've been watching WrestleMania since, well, I stole it from you, Vince. I watched it on a cheater box." Told him that.
That's
Like,
crazy.
that's balls. That's hilarious. And he goes, "I think the statute of limitations is over on this."
I'll never forget mine, man. I went to Mr. Beef on Harlem. I met a dude in an AOL chat room, and you know, he said something about having one an illegal cable box. I'm like, yeah, I'll buy one. I think he said like $100 cash. I'm like, sure. I go to Mr. Beef. He's not there yet. I order a beef sandwich. I order fries. I got the whole thing. Figure he's gonna sit down. He sits down. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm eating." He's like, "Well, what? Come to the car. You know, let's make this deal." I give him the $100. He hands me the box and he drives the way. You know, I mean, back in the day, the FBI could storm in any second.
I mean, you had no idea. That could have been some guy stole your $100 for a broken cable box.
Yeah. Well, I got home and it didn't work. And I remember he said something about flipping a switch. I flip a switch and boom. You know.
Yep.
No hidden charges, reoccurring charges on that porn. Free.
You've told that story, and then of course I've mentioned that back around the same time. Of course, I ordered mine. There was a classified ad in the back of a Rolling Stone magazine that just said cable box, $100. I made the call. I ordered it. It came. It didn't work. I called the guy back, and he said, "Yeah, you just got to flip that switch, same switch that you had," and boom. I distinctly remember watching the night that we lost Owen in that apartment that I was in. I remember that on that box. And then back in the day with the set top for the cable, there was a box on top that you had to turn. We didn't have a remote. You could almost get HBO to come in if you didn't have it ordered, if you just barely turned it a little bit to the right. And it would start to kind of come in. So if you sat there and held it, you could hear some of the shows. As a kid, you could catch a naked lady if you wanted, just barely. It was a thing. Uh-oh. We're going to have to break into Wilson's place because he's going to be in Florida for WrestleMania.
Oh, he's a smart man. Yeah, go where the sunshine is.
Maybe he'll be hanging out over at Hogan's place down there. Who knows?
Won't you be in Arizona, Clark?
I won't be for that. I'm gonna be gone the like the 22nd to the 28th.
Have you told your new job that you're going to be in Arizona?
All part of the deal, man.
All right, good. Glad you worked that out.
It was all in. I'm trying to work out heading over to the ballpark and maybe doing a live thing from there. I gotta try to work that in. Especially if there's no ball. They got the minor leaguers over there, so I may go check that out a bit.
No, baseball's so horrible. I mean, I don't know how you can watch minor leaguers play that game.
Ah, it's great. It's fun. Ah, brother.
Well, I don't know what else needs to be said. I feel like everything's been said. I want to get to Mariano's. I guess I'll have to put some pants on.
You gonna go to the one over on up on Elston there?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Elston, right?
Yep. You'll notice the carts that are like the fireman cart and the taxi cab cart. That's what you'll find me pushing around some days with a couple kids in it.
Anytime I go shopping, I grab the fireman truck every time.
You push that around, that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell. The kids don't need it. I need it. I want to be a fireman when I'm in there.
I want to walk into the store and see you pushing the fireman cart around.
Of course.
Fire truck. That's perfect. Well, there've been a lot of fires around lately. Maybe they could use your help. Maybe they could use your help. Jesus.
Yeah. I use the fireman cart and like whenever I go through the intersections, I just go wee, 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 and I run through.
Oh, that's amazing.
Those aisle intersections. They have hit. I don't know if you've gone to the Jewel. They've remodeled the Jewel, and they don't have spices anywhere on the sign. It's impossible to find the spices. The spice aisle is a mystery. And I would think, one of the most important things in cooking is spices. And you hide your spice aisle. Someone really needs to talk to them.
Yeah, the Jewel spice aisle, not so great. The Mariano spice aisle, they've got quite a bit going on.
Yeah, a little better.
I had to go there to find fish sauce. I couldn't find it at my Jewel for the chili.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I'll make some chili. No. I made a manwich last night.
Okay.
I destroyed a hamburger helper.
Yeah, that's what you said.
I didn't even know how that's possible. I bought some Swedish meatballs from Joseph's Finest Meats, and I figured instead of hamburger, I'll just throw in the Swedish meatballs. And I went to pressure cook the pasta, and I forgot I cleaned the seal on top of the pressure cooker thing. So and I was playing a video game. So I set it, forget it. I'm sitting here. I go back like 10 minutes later, and I just see steam rising out of the all around the pot. And I go, and all the pasta and cheese is melted to the bottom of the pan, just caked on there. It was horrible. The Swedish meatballs were barely recognizable. It's a complete disaster. That hamburger helper didn't help Dick. They should call it hamburger disaster.
I'm sorry to hear it. That's trouble, my friend. I once burned bacon. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, you destroyed one of our bets.
Yep.
You ruined WrestleMania. Undertaker lost because of that.
Well, I'm sorry. I mean no offense. Thanks for doing the show.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. I'll talk to you.
Do you have the new positivity jar?
I do. I'll next week. Next week I'll bring it. I don't have pants on right now, so I don't want to run out of the room and go grab it.
Thanks, buddy.
I seldom do this show with pants on.
You are professional. That is my partner, Alex. Thanks for watching The Sports Addict tonight, friends. It's always great to hang out with you here. Al? Have fun over at Mariano's, huh?
I will. I love grocery shopping. I'm going to get some pudding tonight. I've been craving pudding, and I've been craving some liquid yogurt, some kefir.
A couple years back, the hot barred chicken tenders didn't agree with my daughter or I from there, so stay away from the hot tender chicken tenders. The hot barred chicken. Hey, Wilson has a little advice for you. Before you go shopping, don't forget your pants.
I do. I got blue pants. I'm gonna wear the blue pants.
Well, what the hell was that?
Bobby Wagner reportedly done in Seattle after 10 years. Seattle's falling apart, man.
All right. Well,